Right, I'm back. Thanks for staying with me. So, yes, my name's Amir Jardi. I'm just an enthusiastic crypto analyst. None of this is financial advice, and I do a weekly stream. I analyze QANX, Quan platform. I analyze Bitcoin. I analyze sometimes some other coins. I analyze TRVL and D travel. So here I am just looking at QANX again. Because it's the beginning of a new year, I'm going to delete everything. And so I've been doing this on my other charts. Just delete, delete, delete. Delete. I don't want to delete everything, do I? That's the question. Do you want to delete everything? Yes. Let's delete everything. I'm not even going to look at it. Actually, I am. Delete, 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 delete. It's about time, isn't it? Delete. Delete. What's that? Let's get rid of all this shit. Keep that. I might use the higher time frame. What's that image that I had? Oh. Gone. Okay, I like that. I like that one, so I'm going to keep that. Oh, that's interesting. Let's keep that too. We'll keep the volume levels. We'll have to just update them. Is that trend line? And keep that. What's this one? No, let's get rid of it. Rubbish. Rubbish, 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 rubbish. Lots of deleting, huh? So completely new year, completely new chart on a new year. I'm just keeping some things just in case, so it just saves time. I don't need to redo it because I'll probably have to do it again, so I can just update it. All right, so that's the QANX chart. What is Quan platform? If people don't know, I have a YouTube channel. I'm on 946 subscribers, so if you enjoy my videos, just give me a like and a subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000, and I appreciate the support. You get most of your information from Quan platform, from the Telegram channels. This is the one that I'm usually kind of posting. This is the Quan platform, QANX trading unofficial. This is kind of where you should join. That's the link. I'll post it into chat. Join it. That's where you can chat about the price action and go pump, 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 and no one's going to ban you. You can have a little wine if you want. This is the official channel, the Quan platform official channel. I'll post that again in chat. That's where you're going to get all the information, the official information. I am in no ways affiliated or associated with this project. It's just for fun. It's all entertainment. I like the community. I like the idea of the Quan platform. I think it's smart. I think it's a real world project that could be quantum computing could have a significant threat against all the layer ones in the future, and that's why I'm interested in this. And they have a lot of big partnerships. If you go to X and type in Quan platform, that's the official X page. That's where you're going to get the big updates. So look at this. The last update, 30th December 2025. 2025 was Quan platform's year of quantum safe breakthroughs. QVM passed Hacken's 2800 test audit. QuantX Link passed Hacken quantum security audit, protecting Bank's 2.2 million customers with Sign Quantum. Latin America expansion into via Sign Quantum and ITTI. Or is that a one? Don't know. Blockchain for Europe membership plus CTO panel with Europol. Full recap live now. Okay, so you can go and have a look at the updates. So I'm quite interested in this project just simply because quantum computing is a big threat to encryption, and in the future it's possible that it breaks all the layer ones, and if that happens, then the value will transfer quickly from all the layer ones into layer one resistant, quantum resistant layer ones like this, and the layer twos will then quickly transition from the broken layer ones to these quantum resistant layer ones. That's what layer twos can do. They can transition, they can change, and so that then this becomes extremely valuable, and you get a crazy pump, like the once in a lifetime pump, where everyone becomes a millionaire or a billionaire or whatever. That's why I'm interested in this. So I've been analyzing this for a year. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. It's not financial advice. It's mainly entertainment. The community is vibrant and they're active and they're fun. They're good chaps. And so, yeah, why not? So let's just kind of have a look at the charts. I'll start with the yearly time frame candles. So it closed higher than last year, right? Than the low, with a swing failure. This is potentially a reversal area here, but it's also a reversal here. This is actually in some ways bearish because you've got a big reversal here. Not only have you lost all of the increase in value, you've closed lower than there. I see this as a reversal, to be honest with you, a higher time frame reversal. I'm not crazy bullish about this yearly time frame candle. Okay, but as always, look at this. It's taken the lows here, and you could see a reversal here, or you could just to go up, but then you could also go right back down. Yeah, so it's a challenging candle. I'm not crazy bullish about this candle. Let's have a look at the 6-month time frame. For me, this is bearish. It's bearish because we close lower. And while I don't necessarily immediately expect this to just drop, if it goes up, I think I'll be looking to sell until I see a reversal, until I see a higher time frame reversal, which gives me confidence that it's some kind of crazy fake out. I'm feeling quite bearish on the higher time frame here, not crazy bullish. Just looking at the candles, yeah, and I'm just ignoring the fundamentals because I know the mainnet is a different conversation, and that's a game changer. In many ways, that's a game changer, but I'm just being honest. And again, this 3-monthly time frame candle, in some ways it's bearish and in some ways it's bullish. It's bearish because we get a clean close underneath this level. It's bullish because we've got a really strong buying tail here. You see that? So the volume is quite steady. It'd be nice if it was like higher volume, but it's not. It's kind of like steady volume. So we're getting this kind of steady selling, and the price just keeps on dropping. Let's look at have this monthly time frame. Again, this monthly time frame, it would have been better, and it isn't, if we would have closed higher, and we didn't. And so, but the volume is slightly increased. From that pivot low, that level that I gave, the price is, remember 2 weeks ago I gave that level, and the price from that level is up 22%. It was a really good level for the price to react, but we got a lower close, and so naturally people have bought and sold, huh? That's what you're getting. Doesn't mean it's going down. And then the other thing we've got is this kind of this really bearish idea, don't we? It's like we've lost this triangle. We've put in a lower low here, so any kind of bullish impulse here has been invalidated. It doesn't mean we can't go up. Anything can happen. But right now we're bearish, huh? We're bearish because the structure is bearish. Lower highs, lower lows. Right? Now, this is good news. Last week we put in this bullish engulfing candle on the weekly time. This is a bullish engulfing. That's nice. That's really nice to see. Look at the volume. It's an increase in volume with a swing failure here. So on the weekly time frame, this is bullish. So higher time frame we're bearish, but highest time frame we're bearish, but kind of like on the mid to high time frame we're actually bullish because we've got this bullish engulfing on the weekly time frame. Yeah, so that's not bad, huh? We are into resistance. That's your resistance level. It's about 2 cents. But last week we closed above 2 cents. Now we're kind of falling back. But it means that the resistance isn't so strong because we cleared it quite easily. And now we're just getting a little pullback. It looks, in some ways it looks like a head and shoulders pattern here. If you get back above the neckline, this could do that. It could do that. And then what you're looking at is a bearish pattern because you've got some sort of, let me just draw it for you. I'm going to have to I'm just going to have to find it. Some other screen, I'm going to find it. Harmonic patterns, the cheat sheet. These W's would be quite bearish. Here it would be more like a shark, huh? Some kind of shark. Or a cipher, shark, cipher. See that? This is the one here. Cipher, shark. That's when you take the point A, which is point A. It looks more like a cipher, to be honest with you. I'm looking at a cipher here. A cipher would be looking to put in take out this pivot B, but looking to put in a lower high here. That's kind of what I'm looking at the moment, right? So let's just get rid of these brush strokes again. Where's that trend line that we had? Let's just draw it again. Let's just have a look at this. Okay. That would be, I mean, this would be really scary, huh? It'd be like, you'd be like breaking out. Everyone's bullish, but you're not able to take that high, and then it'd be an opportunity to sell. It would throw everyone off. And you're actually looking at a bearish harmonic rather than a bullish, something really bullish. Okay, not financial advice. I have no idea. So let's just kind of imagine that for a second. Rename bearish cipher. Oops. Right. That's only because I'm just looking at the higher time frame and I'm just thinking actually this is bearish. And so how would that cipher fit in? How high did I say it would go? Yeah, just kind of going up into the midwick of that yearly time frame, taking out that yearly level and then just rejecting. So plausible, just go all the way up and reject and just put in a lower high on the higher time frame. It's plausible, yeah. Don't think just because we're higher time frame bullish on QANX and Quan platform that this can't reject. Yeah, of course it can. Mainnet comes out, everyone is bullish, buy, but actually it becomes the opportunity to sell because of the liquidity. Yeah, because people know that even if Quan platform comes out, Bitcoin is putting in a lower high and coming into massive resistance, and everyone is bullish, and so it's the ability to sell with high volume with liquidity and take profit and exit because people are bearish on the wider market. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I have no idea, not financial advice. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Yeah, everything's possible, and so you just have to be aware of that. Whereas on the weekly time frame, this is a nice bullish engulfing. So possibly looking for a run to drop. Structurally, we are at the moment, we've just put in a lower highs, lower lows, aren't we? So the next kind of thing you'll be looking for is something like that, huh? This looks really bullish. Break the trend line, reclaim the golden pot. Looks really bullish. You lose it, guess what happens? That's what happens. So it becomes a massive fake out, fake break. So it depends how we get up there. If you go up there really fast, bam, 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 hammer, everyone is bullish. This is going to go up and then drop. But you can get the opposite. You could get a breakout and then it actually finds support and then you can go up. That's possible too, and that's why no one knows. No one can predict the future. It's just good to know areas where things could happen. All right, so that's interesting. So anyway, let me just kind of do some things just to show you what I'm looking at. I do this on all my charts, and because it's a new year, I'm just redoing my charts afresh. I'll look at the volume. Did I have the volume here? Yes, I did. So the value area low is lower. I'm going to ignore this post-hack value area now. Just forget about it. Forget about the hack. Okay. That's the volume. Where's the higher time frame levels? So I kind of do this on all my charts. I kind of chuck in these liquidity levels. It's with these like low volume illiquid tokens, it's not as relevant, but it does kind of give good areas where people can buy and sell on slightly higher time frame. These are monthly levels. This is actually this monthly level held, yeah. So I like that. It's washed, but it's held. So that's kind of why I'm kind of in a short term I'm bullish a bit, because we held that, but we did put a lower low. So if we get a reversal here, then we could go up, but it's a wash level now, so it's not a, there's no liquidity there. I'm calling it a wash. Oh shit, what's that? Washed month. I just call it wash monthly, but it did hold, but it just washed it, and then whatever, you got this big gap here. So who knows? Imagine if we came all the way in the future, if we came all the way down to there, that would be the buy of a century. That's monthlies. I did have these before. I'll just delete them now. Just redo them. So easy to do. Doesn't matter. I don't need them. Right. So weekly, let's have a look at the weekly level. So assuming this week is going to be red, it's an assumption, unless we get a crazy pump tomorrow. And then on there, again, all the way down there, forget about that, because we know. And then you go to daily. Let's get rid of this volume here. It's a bit of a distraction. Again, see that weekly, there's a daily there. Tapped. On there, on there. It's all gone. Tapped, tapped. And a little bit of liquids because you're not getting clean squares off these drops. That's tapped. It's tapped. There. It's gone. And the one that's there. Let's go all the way back. Wow, I'm going all the way, aren't I? Shit. And then to the lower side. So there's one there here, just that green, that red green. And then look, there's nothing here, so all the way down to this one here, right at the bottom. Right. So that's your kind of higher time frame levels. All right. What's that fib again? So we've got the higher time frame levels, we've got the volume. Let's do the fibs. So there's kind of two fibs in play there, I think, or three potentially. We've got that pivot to there. maybe that top to bottom is relevant. And we can put these together. Maybe this one from bottom to top here is relevant. Maybe, who knows? Let's just have a look at it from here as well, see what that says. Possible, it's possible too. Right, we've got the fibs. So let's just have a look at all of this. Let's just have a look at these fibs again. Don't really like it. I can't see the 236 wasn't really reacting. Maybe this one's better. Yeah, look, see the 50 fib there? It's holding a support. Then the top of that 236. This is good here. Look, see that? The 236 is kind of reacting, and then here you see the 382 is reacting. It looks like the price is moving around these fibs. It does look like it. Maybe that one's better. What's that one like? Yeah, this looks quite good as well. You see the 50s there. That was good. This is the golden pocket area. Like that. We'll keep that one. What's that one? This is just golden pocket, but let's just do full fib. I'm using the log scale just because it works it out in percentages, and because it moves quite a lot of this illiquid token, that you kind of have to use log. Use what you want. Like, I'm not here to tell you what to do. It's just what I prefer. This is kind of more on a lower time frame. It probably is still relevant. Doesn't look like it, but it is. I don't really like this. Probably the next level is that golden pocket and then the 50 fib there. Probably. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to just get rid of these two. Get rid of that. Just keep the higher ones. And that is that. Alright, so we have our fibs. The only other thing I want to do is have a look at this anchored VWAP. So let's just go right back to the beginning. So there's two anchored VWAPs I have in mind. One is from the beginning, and then also one is from here. Pretty much the same area, look, same place. That's the average volume is there. So kind of going horizontal still, isn't it? The price is kind of going up and down around the anchored VWAP. So whenever, you could almost say whenever you're above it, sell. Whenever you're below it, buy. And if everyone took that, like if you can imagine the anchored VWAP as the midpoint, if you sold above it, bought below it, sold above it, bought below it, bought below it. I mean, it's just like you're always winning, huh? In a horizontal market. So we're in buy zone, huh? We're not in sell zone. We're in the buy zone. We're below it. But otherwise, it's just going sideways, isn't it? It's not really offering support and resistance. It's just going sideways. The price isn't trending. It's just going sideways. It's still going sideways. All right, so let's go back to the weekly time frame. Let's get our levels back up. Higher time frame fibs, higher time frame levels, volume levels. Wow, we've got lots of lines, lots of horizontal lines. What do these lines mean? Well, they're effectively their liquidity levels. They're levels where the price will find some sort of liquidity. The black is the gaps. That's where the price can kind of slip through and move quite fast unless there's a wash level. See, so we're back into this daily level now. See that? So when you look at the daily time frame, you see we're coming back into a daily level. So the price now kind of starts to find a little bit of support. Although that's a brand new daily level, but you see the price finds support off these levels. So the price kind of never goes in straight lines. It goes up and down between these gaps, in between level to level. And these low illiquid tokens, the price moves a lot more. So sometimes it can go through these intermediary levels. It's not like Bitcoin where the price usually respects them. So what you're looking for is areas of significant confluence. Confluence is when you got a shit ton of lines lined up. And so when you kind of zoom in a bit and you're looking for confluence, you see here you have a daily level with a 382. You've got this weekly and daily together. You've got lots of lines, but they're not really lining up until you get to this higher part, which you've got this daily and this 50 fib. Then all the way up, you've got these 2 fibs lined up. And then all the way up, you've got a little bit more of alignment. And then up here, you've got massive liquidity, big resistance, because you've got all, they're not all at the same place, but you've got this kind of big region where there's a lot of liquidity, i.e. people will be looking to sell. All right, that's kind of, doesn't necessarily help. It helps more in Bitcoin. Maybe doesn't help so much. But then when you're looking at the price action now, so if I kind of bring my bearish cipher idea, does this make sense now? Not really. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense so much because you've got these levels that the price has to get through. But when it comes up to this area, does it make sense? Because you have to get past this value area high. It looks bullish, reclaim, reclaim, reclaim. So the only thing that makes sense here is, look, this daily and monthly level. Look at that level. Look, I've just marked it out there. That makes sense because that's actually where you'd expect the price to find resistance off this big level for a lower high. But it becomes really, it looks really bullish because you've reclaimed this golden pocket, you've broken this trend line. I think it depends how we get there. Because if you start pumping, pump, we're up like 200%. I think unless you get the volume to support the move, you could get people sell into that. And the reason why is because of trapped liquidity. That's what this is. It's trapped liquidity. It's people who've longed and they're technically underwater. And it goes back to what I'm saying about sell above the VWAP, anchored VWAP, buy below the anchored VWAP type thing. Yeah. And so while people are going to be like, this is the next big thing, this is the future, I agree. Yeah, we're on the same page, but it may not be in 3 months' time. It may be in 2 years' time or 3 years' time. And so in the medium time frame or the slightly lower, higher time frame, you're still looking to take profit, aren't you? You're still looking to sell into the highs, buy into the lows. That's kind of what's been going on now for the last few years. So it kind of depends how we get there. And I think the challenge is greed, isn't it? It's like you're fighting your emotions. You know it's going to be big. What do? Do you look at this? Do you just keep on accumulating? Do you take profit? Do you just not look at the charts? Or do you say, hey, wait a minute, I can take a little bit of profit now. Why not? Why not pay myself for all my hard work? Give myself a little payday. I'm in profit. Let me take some profit. If it goes up, I still win. We still win. Yeah, you can't be greedy when you take that mental approach. Take your profit. And then if you get a rejection, you're not upset because you took profit. And if it goes up, then you're not upset because you haven't sold everything. That's kind of a different mindset. But I think that would be a good opportunity, depending on if we go up fast, to look for a reversal and the minute you lose, see, let's say you get a rejection here. Let's say you do come back into this trend line. That becomes really bearish. It's like a reclaim, but loss. You reclaim this area, this golden pocket, but then you lose it, and now you're looking at a really bearish harmonic for a higher time frame lower high. And then what you're getting a situation where you're looking for, I put short, but you can't short on QANX, but you're looking to kind of, and then in this situation, guess where you're going? I mean, your target is the low, but actually it's all the way down here. It's to take out these lows and come in this value area low, this golden pocket area, take out this pivot again. It's a lower high on the higher time frame for another low, for another lower low. Okay. There's a little bit of liquidity in a way. It might not go up in a straight line, but depending on how we get there. So it's just an idea of a good place to take profit. And some people will be like, oh wow, look, QANX is back at 6.5 cents. Let me just sell half, because we're coming into a really good level. It's this monthly level, this daily level. We're above the value area high. Whatever happens, you're not really expecting the price to just pump through the value area high. Volume would change my viewpoint. Like if you, let's say the mainnet launches and you get this God candle, that changes everything. It's just one candle, extremely high volume. That's the caveat. The price is now trading at 10 cents, whatever. That changes everything. I'm not talking about a God candle on the mainnet launch, which takes us up there with high volume, and you can see it on the charts. That's not a bearish pattern. That's just something else. Yeah, that's different. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, so that's why I say it depends on how we get there. And then you wouldn't sell that. I mean, some people will take profit but then they'd quickly accumulate back in, because they see that this is actually really bullish, and you're looking for, that's a clean break. That would be a clean break. It would be a different kind of break. With volume, it would be a different kind of break. You just cleared all that liquidity, high volume, people sold, but the price still went up. It's a completely different price action to something here where we possibly get kind of like 5 waves, struggle, failed auction, back into this trend line, and then we're going down. Right? It's very different. So that's kind of, I think we're bottoming here. I like this bullish weekly engulfing candle. I really do. Yep. I really like it. I like that we took out this low. Doesn't mean we can't revisit lower levels, you know. There's a few levels we could revisit. There's a few we could come back to back test. It's possible to back test these levels here. It's possible, but maybe we can kind of bottom out here. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, expecting right now. A little bit of bottoming here for us to make another move, clear all the liquidity in a kind of mini alt season. So let me just put this into kind of this bearish cipher idea. That's kind of what I'm thinking of right now. Let me get rid of these volume levels higher. Let me just clean this up. Effectively, that's what I'm thinking at the moment. I think it's a good place to long or buy. The reason why I say that, because regardless of me feeling bearish on the 12 monthly or the 6 monthly or the monthly even, the fact is that this is your range low. That's your range high. Maybe even higher. No, let's just say it's there. And we've just come down into the range low. We're at the range low. So it's not bad, is it? It's not a bad place to buy. What else have I got here from the past? What is that? Yeah, I was kind of and this is the other thing. I was looking at this kind of expanded flat. Could that be it? If it is an expanded fat, then we're not really looking for it'd be a completely different situation now, yeah, because if that is an expanded flat, we're not looking, we're looking for the correction to be over, and we're looking for the next wave has to be a mega wave, huh? This is wave 3, so we would expect a crazy move. And so that's why I'm saying it depends what happens next. Because if you get, you'd expect like a really crazy volume, high volume God candle for a mega wave, huh? That would be a mainnet launch. And short of that, we could be looking at something like that. A different kind of expanded flat. More to the downside. This could continue. How much did it go above this high? 100%. Could go the same distance. Yeah, maybe the same, like a same kind of balance. And then you get the and all you get here is like that. And so actually this drop, this Y is different, isn't it? So you, instead of getting 5 waves here, there's your ABC. I don't know, I'm just making this up really. Maybe higher. And then depending on how far this C gets, but then you're looking at a different kind of WXY here. I don't know. I mean, it's, who knows? It's all speculative. And it's always possible. And this is the other thing. Like I said, we have to see what happens with the volume, because at the moment we've got a little bit of volume here, but it's not much still. Like when you look at the whole range, it's still quite low. So it's not giving us those kind of strong, yes, this is going up vibe. So it's kind of maybe just correcting still. And maybe this part of the correction, it feels bullish, just like it has here or here, but it's still part of the correction. And so everyone is bullish, but actually maybe we go a bit further. And so what I did before was this to there. That doesn't help. Let's try this one. Yeah, maybe August. A 1 to 2 to bottom out there. And actually that could be something else, just looking at it. Let's just say it's like that. I don't know, I'm just making this up really, but so it's still correct. It's still correcting, isn't it? You're still getting these kind of nicely symmetrical geometric shapes, and maybe that was like some kind of ABC, and then bam, 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 to bottom out at the end of September, sorry, end of August type thing. Who knows? Like, it's all speculative. Again, no one knows about the mainnet. Just because everyone is bullish, you might get some injection of volume. It would be a good place for people to sell. You see, that's the thing. These are kind of sell the news events, aren't they? And again, you have to look at the volume and consider the volume. Volume is really important. So if you get the volume of these crazy god candles, that changes things. With a clean break of this kind of outer trend line that we've been considering. But what if you just come into that trend line and that's it? And so while I was initially contemplating a break, maybe we don't break. Maybe we just come to hit it like that. Yeah. And instead of a bearish cipher, you're not looking at a bearish cipher now. What's a bearish cipher? Let me bring it back. That's a bearish cipher. Maybe you're just looking for a bog standard ABCD type situation from there to there to there to there. It's like an ABCD, isn't it? Does it make sense? So, and it's just kind of like that. And then you're looking to just take out that pivot there on that trend line, another touch, rejection. How does the fibs line up? Let's have a look. Yeah, golden pocket from that. So from this kind of fib here, this pivot here to this pivot low, it's actually a clean golden pocket back test. And you just have to see where the price reacts. There, look at that. So while this is kind of more like a fake out with a bearish cipher, and then you don't really know until you lose the, it's like you're reclaiming the golden pocket, breaking this breakout line. Everyone is bullish, but you lose it, then that's bearish, and then you're going to get selling, right? You don't know until it happens. Yeah, so you kind of have to wait. Whereas this is just a clean back test coming into this value area high, coming into, I don't know, maybe a daily level of a front run. These fibs, got a couple of fibs there, a bit of alignment there, and it's just this outer trend line which doesn't break again. It's just another tap, clean tap into this golden pocket, and actually all you're getting here is just up, down, and it's a swing failure of that pivot there. So if you can't break that pivot, if you're just getting some kind of rejection of a swing failure, so we have to see what happens. So I'm just kind of mapping this out for the possibility of what could happen. And if it happens, then we can kind of say, oh yeah, that happened. That must be, we can actually look at that as an exit point. And then it's slightly lower, isn't it? Get a clean rejection and based on that ABCD pattern, the combo, these correction waves, yeah, you can just keep those together. ABCD, rejection from outer trend line. Who knows? Not financial advice. So this would be more of a, where's the other one? Bearish cipher. So this is kind of slightly different, this bearish cipher. It's kind of like a fake out with a breakdown, and you can't, it's hard to just take it. You just have to wait. It's kind of, you're almost like selling at the same place. It's just that one is a clean tap down on an ABCD and one is a fake out to the upside, but it's actually a bearish cipher on this harmonic for a lower high, and you get high volume up there, but actually it's a big sell. What else? And then obviously in a bull market, if we do kind of continue this idea, then possibly just based on these fibs, probably looking at the end of August, beginning of September to bottom out. And again, just continuing this idea, a 1 to 2 of an expanded flat So it's just a continuation of this expanded flat idea. That's kind of where my mind is at the moment, until that changes. And the change would be mainnet God candle, and the price is now trading all the way up there. Yeah, then you will get a pullback. People will sell into that, but then that changes things because now you've cleanly broken this downward trend line. Let's say you get let's say the mainnet's launched tomorrow, and then you'll get people sell into that. Of course they will, but this is different because now the price is sold, and now you're looking to reaccumulate for the continuation. Yeah, everything changes then. So you can't predict that. And so, well, no, you can't really predict anything. It's just planning for the future. Let me get rid of this trend-based time. Let me put it in. This one. Put them together, actually. This trend. Expanded flat WXY with trend line. See, I'm finally organized there. It's amazing when you delete charts, you can actually kind of have some nice analysis, some ideas. Longing, yeah, probably if we do continue to break down off those ideas, then you'll be probably looking for somewhere down here, coming into this previous range here, because that will be the bottom of the bear market. And if you put in a lower high and there's a rejection and Bitcoin starts to go down, then people will sell their altcoins. Doesn't matter. No altcoin will be immune from that. Don't expect any altcoin to survive. And people will be just waiting for Bitcoin to bottom out, show a bit of strength at the bottom of the bear market, and then they'll start to accumulate again. Really looking at this whole structure, you'll be looking for accumulation here in this previous accumulation area here, or distribution area here, there, and then here. That's the right zone. 50 fib, golden pocket. There's no levels here, so you have to wait for the price to show you that this is where it's bottoming. And you want to see volume, okay? And volume is really important. You start to see volume coming here, massive accumulation area. This whole volume profile changes. You start seeing some nice structural bottom with the candles. Then you can go, okay, this is a good place to start accumulating. You don't expect an accumulation pattern to form here for continuation. You don't expect that. You'd expect at the right time, you'd expect an accumulation bottoming at the end of the bear market, and then maybe we can go up, okay? And then that will be the real up. Let me just hide this. I just want to have a look at a couple of other things. So what is it that I'm looking at? Yeah. No, not really interesting. Nothing here is interesting. Let me try this one there. That's the most interesting one there. Why do I say that? Because here, look at this. Midpoint, midpoint. Yeah. Just if that trend line holds at the top of that channel, then maybe the midpoint will hold again. If we do, let's say we go up there, reject, maybe that is a good place to long. It's a bit lower from this value. Oh, that's because I took that into consideration. Forget that red candle. Unless we take this green as well. Let's see, look at that. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I have no idea really. Let's have a look at that fib. Yeah, maybe like, look, it's possible, huh? Just because we can see the midpoint worked. I want to see a clean touch there, and then I'll be looking for the midpoint. That's what's on my mind. Wherever it lands. So it could push lower, and then it gets people really bearish when you push lower. And you're actually targeting this pivot here. And if you bring your expanded flat idea, while a balanced expanded flat would be somewhere around there, what if you come all the way down here? Who knows? No one knows. But I do like that midpoint. So maybe, who knows? You just have to kind of keep an eye on these things and say, well, that's a good place at the right time. No one knows. All right, so that's kind of QANX. I like that weekly bullish engulfing. I still think we have to flip 2 cents, but I sold some QANX before this drop. I'm buying back in. I'm kind of feeling like we could go up next 2-3 months to put in a lower high, and just maybe the main net is on people's minds, and so people are going to start aggressively accumulating again. If Bitcoin starts to show a little bit of strength in February or March, then maybe we could get a really nice pump, and then we have to see what happens. All right, that's my Quan platform update. If you like this video, please share and like and subscribe. I'm on X as well. You can follow me if you want. Oh. Oh. I type in my name and I can't find me. X is so stupid, isn't it? I have to search for me. Oh my god. Let me just go to home. So yeah, you can follow me there. I post my weekly tweets or posts. So yesterday I posted it and said I'm going to stream this morning, and I put a live link there. So that will help you plan your day. I'm also going to cut this video. So when I cut this video, if you want, you can share it. I'll be much appreciated. And I always post it in this trading channel. I always post it here anyway. Yeah, live now. And I kind of posted it yesterday, and I'll post the next video. So your support is much appreciated, and it's not financial advice. It's just entertainment value only. It's all for fun. But, you know, why not? Let's have some fun. What's this guy saying? Mid-July, mid-September, 0.08. Who knows? Yeah, like. Look at this. Crypto Nomad says MYX Finance did about 200x in 2 months. Yeah, you see, the thing is, who knows? Like, no one really knows. And while I'm just kind of giving a technical outlook, the reality is, and this is the truth, like Crypto Nomad says, MYX Finance did about 200x in 2 months last year. So we just have to look at the volume. Volume is really important. Yeah, if we get a low volume rise in the context of Bitcoin, then it's more likely than not this is going down. But if we start getting heavy volume, and what that means is that people are buying, you can see the volume is going up, and it's pushing through the selling pressure, the sell pressure, and you're starting to get some really hefty God candles, like buy. But that changes everything. Yeah, changes everything. So rather than say, yeah, we're going to do 2, and no one knows, but if you start seeing the price go up and the volume is shit, the volume is low and it's good. The volume is the same, flat, and maybe even decreasing volume. Maybe if the green candles continue to decrease and the price goes up, you get some bearish divergences on your indicators. And what does that mean? Let's just say hypothetically, here the price goes up, but the MACD turns, but it kind of doesn't go up. It puts a lower high and this puts in a higher high. Low volume rise, or the opposite even. Maybe on a higher time frame, you get the hidden version where you put in a lower high and this puts in a higher high, whatever. Because you get selling and the price just can't get through, then it doesn't really matter what you think about other tokens and doing 200x last year. It's just not showing you the signs that this wants to go up, yeah? But when you get the high volume, we're going to see it. We're not just, you can't ignore it. You suddenly see some big volume coming in, you can see it, and it's going to be really easy to see. That changes everything. And so when we start seeing that, we'll reanalyze, we'll relook at it, and we'll go, okay, this is different. We're now showing really bullish signs. We're starting to see big volume coming in like that. Bash. Then we see the price go up with the volume. And that, like that. And then we see what we're looking for is a trend line break. And this isn't worked because we've broken the trend line. We haven't come underneath it. I'm looking for us to break it and come underneath it, or reject. Yeah, or reject. And if you don't get that and just goes through, okay, that changes everything. So yeah, now we're this is it. Get ready, guys. We're riding. This is actually what you're looking at is a fake out for the move. And this is the place. This is the moment. This is the place to accumulate. This is the right place, potentially the right time to lock and load right now. So either way, now is the right time. We've got a bullish engulfing weekly candle, which is what we wanted to see. And we've taken out all of these lows all the way to there. We're at the bottom of the range, assuming that this whole thing is some horizontal range. At the very least, you're buying at the bottom of the range. And yeah, this is a good place, good time to accumulate. And then what we all want to see is what happens next. I'm not bearish when I say the candles are bearish. I'm saying the candles are bearish. I have to be careful. I have to be aware. When I look at the higher time frame candles, say this is bearish, it just makes me conscious. Yeah, that's all. Or the 6-month candles are reversed. It just makes me, or they close lower, 6-month candle close lower. It just makes me conscious that I need to see the reversal signs to change my mind. Otherwise, I won't be looking for this to go up. I'll be looking for this to reverse as the price goes up. Yeah. But if I start seeing signs of reversal with volume, then obviously I'm just going to look at it on a weekly basis and change my mind. Yeah. It's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. I'll change my mind. If I start seeing signs that this is actually showing me the signs that I want to see, and it's showing me that actually this is the bottom. Yeah. I think it is the bottom for now. But just because I like this weekly bullish engulfing with increasing, we see the increasing volume makes me like this. With this swing failure here, that's the level that I was looking at 2 weeks ago. And last week we took it out, and I told everyone, didn't I? You look at my video last week. Shall I go and show you? This is 2 weeks ago. I'll mute the volume. Don't need to listen to myself. Again, I was saying dollar cost average, not financial advice. Look at it. There, you see. See it? Bam. Oh. Where is it? See if I can find the correct. So kind of looking at those lows. There it is. We've taken out these lows, we've lost these lows. Look at that, we've lost these lows, we've lost them. That's the next low there. And then you've got this value area low, and even the value area low is an arbitrary level. So I was looking at that low. Yeah, see that? So this is quite important. Now that trend line is important. See that? I was looking at that. Sorry, my mic was really shit those 2 weeks ago, so it doesn't sound good. I think I've improved. Platform, Quan platform. Where did I draw that? Here it is. Because that trend line has to break for the price to go up, and you can always get a situation when the price goes up and it rejects and it goes right back down. Yeah, and ultimately what you want to see a break, you want to see some kind of back test, and then you want to see, right, whatever, you get the point. So I was looking at that level, and then it happened last week. Right, any questions? Probably not. There's a few people watching. Appreciate your time and your patience. Bitcoin's kind of going up a little bit. All right, I'm going to move on to the next token. What time is it? Oh wow, it's 2:40. I'm just looking at my phone. Oh my god. Oh, this is good. Sorry, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to just move on to the next thing. I just have to answer this message. Sorry, I just had to, I got a booking on my property. All right, let's move on. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate your B Mark. Yes, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. If you missed the Bitcoin one, have a look at the Bitcoin one. I go into depth on Bitcoin. I think it's quite important. Not financial advice, it's just options, ideas. Yeah, it just gives you an overview of places where the price could reject and what could happen. And it's always good to kind of increase your knowledge and understanding of the markets. Liquidity, that's where the price always goes for. It goes for liquidity. I'm going to have a look at the next token. It's this one. We can have a look at TRVL. TRVL is the native token of D-Travel. That's the kind of the hat and t-shirt wear. Again, as always, it's not financial advice. It's do your own research. I'm not employed by D-Travel. I am invested in D-Travel. I mean, I do believe in D-Travel. I'm a true believer. As always, I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm Amir Sajadi. I'm an Airbnb superhost 4.99 stars, 10 years hosting. I've got properties in London. That's my profile. And I have a crypto channel. It's entertainment value only.